Hej, w kolejnym odcinku. Zanim wybierzemy się do Sebastiana, to w tym budynku znalazłem 2 listy od Sebastiana do siostry Ann. Droga Ann, bez ciebie to nie jest ten sam Hogwart. Cóż, Szarp wciąż jest równie okropny, ale wiesz co mam na myśli. Mam nadzieję, że czujesz się lepiej. Sebastian. Sebastianie, to mój zestaw do mikstur, nie twój. Nie ruszaj moich rzeczy. Ann. A, ten list był od Ann do Sebastiana. A teraz możemy się spotkać z Sebastianem.
Thank you for your persistence and cleverness. I confronted Piers about it and he confessed straight away, the old rascal. We've agreed to let bygones be bygones. Don't forget to say hello the next time you're in the Three Broomsticks. Thrilled to be back there again.
Enjoying the view?
Keeping an eye on things. Feldcroft isn't what it used to be. No one has felt safe here since Ranrock's loyalists took a peculiar interest in that castle over there. Rookwood Castle. My uncle Solomon is a former Aura and refuses to look into it, even after Anne was cursed by one of them. Possibly with a wand, no less.
I heard a goblin refer to wizard kind as wand carriers. Are goblins forbidden from carrying wands?
Precisely. That's why I'm on the hunt for answers. If I'm to cure her, I need to understand what happened to her. Anne was always the most mischievous of the three of us. Which is saying something, knowing me and Ominous. I'm hoping a surprise visit from me and a new friend from Hogwarts will help lift her spirits. Bring back the Anne I used to know. Come on, I'll take you to my uncle's. This way.
No, chociaż biegniemy.
Feldcroft used to be a lot livelier. With Ranrock's lot wandering about all the time, everyone stays out of sight. Here we are. My sister should be just inside.
Aha! Sebastian, where did you... Is that what I think it is?
We've been over this, boy.
Hey.
Shrivelfix cannot reverse a curse. Nothing can. The sooner you accept that reality, the better.
But we haven't tried everything.
There is no cure! When will you accept that?
Never. I can never accept it.
Now look what you've done.
I'm sorry.
Leave.
I'm sorry you had to see that. If you don't mind, I just need a moment alone.
Poor Sebastian. Not the visit he'd hoped for.
That boy will fray my last nerve.
Excuse me, Mr. Sallow.
Oh, yes, Sebastian's friend. I apologize on behalf of my nephew. He doesn't know when to stop. He thinks he can help Anne, but nothing can be done for her.
I'm so sorry. I understand you've tried everyone from Nurse Blaney to St. Mungo's to no avail.
We have. My nephew thinks he knows better than the healers.
Perhaps the healers don't know everything, sir. Sebastian is single-mindedly focused on finding a way to help his sister. If there is a cure, he will find it.
Your faith in Sebastian is misplaced. Some sort of dark magic cursed Anne, and the goblins aren't likely to explain themselves anytime soon. Giving her hope is cruel. The only thing to do now is keep Anne comfortable and stay out of the Loyalists' way.
With all due respect, sir, hope could keep Anne's spirits up.
You may mean well, but I know what's best for Anne and Sebastian. They are my stubborn brother's children. Especially Sebastian. If you really want to be of help, you'll make sure Sebastian does what he should do, not what he wants to do. He's no idea the harm he could do if he doesn't stop. I hope you remember what I've said. Good day.
I'm sorry about earlier. Those bouts of pain are difficult to bear.
Are you all right, Anne? I didn't mean to intrude.
You didn't, truly. And I'm all right. The pain from this curse comes in bouts, and often suddenly. It's not anyone's fault. It's nice to meet you, by the way. You must be the new 5th year Sebastian told me about.
I am. Sebastian and I met during a rather lively duel in defense against the dark arts.
Oh, dear Professor Hecat. She's a powerful witch. And she knows how to keep students like my brother, and me, in line. I do miss Hogwarts, but I wouldn't mind being in Feldcroft, really, if it wasn't so dreary now. Between the goblins at the castle and my uncle fighting with Sebastian whenever he's home, it's not the cozy retreat it once was.
Sebastian mentioned something about your uncle being an ex-Aura, but refusing to go after Ranrock's loyalists. I must say, I wasn't prepared for him to be as angry as he was.
Uncle Solomon is frustrated by what happened to me, and by Sebastian for thinking he can fix it. They both mean well, I know they do, but my uncle is right. This curse cannot be undone. I can feel it. Sebastian cannot take away my pain. Perhaps you can help him to understand that.
I'll do my best. I can promise to speak with him about it.
Thank you. His search for a cure is futile, I'm afraid. I'm getting tired. I should probably rest. Thank you for stopping by. I wish you well.
I ought to see how Sebastian's faring.
Why will he not listen to me? She's my sister.
How are you doing, Sebastian?
You got a first-hand glance at what I'm dealing with. I apologize for my uncle.
I'll admit I wasn't expecting him to be so angry.
He's always angry. He's been angry since my parents died. After Anne was hurt, he only grew worse. It's as though he blames me somehow, always calling me my father's son, as if that's an insult. I'm the one trying to help her. He's simply given up.
Both Anne and your uncle seem genuinely convinced that nothing more can be done for her.
I refuse to believe that. Anne's pain is more than physical. It has changed her entirely. I miss my sister. And I'm going to get her back. Come with me. I need to show you where it happened. Ranrock's loyalists are capable of so much more than people realize. They should not be underestimated.
Przykra
All the
sprawa.
debris you'll see is from whatever's going on at that abandoned estate. They've been digging for something.
Revelio.
Up there, on that plateau, is where they cursed Anne. This way.
How much longer are we expected to dig through this rubble? Ranrock knows what he's doing. It's an honor to be a part of it. My book. Little magic tricks, once you trust me. No! I will make you pay.
Mała niespodzianka.
What an unfortunate disappointment!
A tu coś jeszcze jednego jest.
Revelio.
I robimy popa.
You've made your last mistake.
Revelio.
Such arrogance. I was only following orders. Leave your accusations in Let's get this over with. One less human to worry about. Who do you think you are? I hate that! Rather unwise. Who's
Nie
that?
zaliczyło.
I was right not to be worried about you. I won't bet. That was meant for me.
I confess, that was a bit more than I'd bargained for. I tried to warn you.
Revelio. Reparo.
To co? Wszędzie eliksir będziecie? Z tego co zostawili.
Revelio. Those loyalists deserved what they got.
Couldn't agree more. This is where it happened. We smelled smoke in the middle of the night. When we looked outside, flames were shooting from the estate. Before my uncle and I could stop her, Anne rushed out, racing towards the fire, worried someone had been hurt. She came face to face with a horde of goblins, frantically trying to stamp out the flames. Suddenly, an icy voice drifted out from somewhere in the smoke. Children should be seen and not heard. A blinding blast followed. They didn't even give her a chance to run.
Seems an awfully violent response to a child wandering by. What were they trying to hide?
My thoughts exactly. It may be grasping at Billywigs, but I keep thinking that there might be something here that could lead me to whoever cursed Anne. Might be the only way to learn what type of magic harmed her, which could help me find a cure.
Perhaps you're right. The loyalists are everywhere, but they do seem to be spending a lot of time here, and it's likely they're hiding something.
And at Rookwood Castle. Shall we have a look around? They seem to have set up camp here for a specific reason. They have stations for everything. I've heard that goblin dig sites like these are popping up everywhere.
It's a wonder the Ministry isn't doing more. Always armed and ready for a fight, Ranrock's loyalists.
Ale dużo monet, aż jedna. Cóż to za klątwa może być?
Revelio. Whose home was this?
Been abandoned long since I've lived here. Rumor was a Hogwarts professor lived here once, centuries ago. But that's all I ever heard. It might be worth taking a closer look at the house itself.
Skąd to byliśmy?
Revelio.
Okej, mamy studnię.
This well looks familiar. Sebastian, I've seen this before. The house, the well, the view.
What do you mean? When?
Give me a moment. I'll explain in a second.
To jest ta wioska z tej wizji.
Sebastian, over here. Do you think this was damaged by the fire the night that Anne was cursed?
Could be. But it looks to me as though this was intentional.
Revelio. Sebastian, this house did belong to a Hogwarts professor hundreds of years ago.
Who? What do you...
I found a pensive that day in the restricted section with a memory that showed this house. There was a little girl and a drought. The keepers have shown me other memories as well. The girl became a Hogwarts professor. Her name was Isadora Morganach. She was one of the keepers.
The keepers? Like in Quidditch? And you found a pensive in the library? I'm not following you.
I realize it's a lot to take in. I'm not even sure I understand it all yet. And no, not like Quidditch. They call themselves keepers because they're protecting some type of knowledge. It all has to do with the vault at Gringotts.
Let me see if I've got this straight. You have Ranrock and Rookwood after you because of something you found at Gringotts where you ended up via a port key. You can see traces of an ancient magic that you think Ranrock is trying to harness. And now you've been witnessing memories left by keepers. Oh, and this house belonged to a Hogwarts professor who was one of these non-Quidditch keepers hundreds of years ago. If I didn't know you, I'd think you were pulling my leg.
It is all a bit much, isn't it? When you put it like that. The point is, we both have good reason to search this house. You for answers about what happened to Anne, and me for answers about the keepers.
Look at this.
Someone piled this here for a reason. Is it blocking something?
Only one way to find out.
Confringo! Revelio.
A więc sprawdźmy zagmatwaną
Oh,
historię.
a stairwell. Why bother blocking a stairwell?
There might be something here worth a closer look.
They've left all of this simply strewn about. Tells me they're after something bigger.
Okej, mamy listy. Mamy wpisy z pamiętnika Izydory. To mój drugi tydzień w obozie. Każdego dnia przybywa więcej osób. Mongolscy lekarze oraz niektórzy nasi uzdrowiciele robią dla nich co mogą. Rozpacz jest wyczuwalna. Ci, którzy przeżyli zarazę, będą już zawsze żyli z ciężarem straty. Gorączka może minąć, skóra może się zrosnąć i zabliźnić, ale niszczycielska gorycz pozostaje. Widziałam mężczyznę przypominającego mego ojca, który stracił dziecko. Nie potrafił sobie z tym poradzić. Chciałabym mu jakoś ulżyć. Zaczynam myśleć, że inni się mylą. Mam możliwość pomóc tym biednym duszom. To takie arbitralne, że nie pomagają im pozbyć się tej udręki.
Journal entry of Isadora's. I should hold on to this.
Przybyłam tu dla nauki, ale chcę pomagać. Ta wewnętrzna sprzeczność jest przytłaczająca. Tak jakby magia chciała rozdrawiać, ale ja jej to uniemożliwiam. Czy powinnam tracić nadzieję? Czy już zawsze będę żałować, że nie zrobiłam więcej? Nie mogłem patrzeć im w oczy, wiedząc, że mogłabym zdjąć im ten kamień z serca. Widziałem, jak ten mężczyzna opuszcza dziś obóz, ten, który przypominał mi ojca. Z pewnością nic wielkiego się nie stanie, jeśli mu pomogę. To przysłuży się moim badaniom, ale jako korzystny skutek uboczny pozytywnego wykorzystania moich umiejętności.
Seems these journal entries are from Isadora's travels. Revelio. Lumos. Confringo. Lumos. Revelio. Lumos. You're not going to believe this. I can see the Undercroft.
What? A daydream? Because that happens to me too.
I know it sounds strange.
Honestly, nothing you say sounds strange to me anymore.
Fair enough. I can see the Undercroft through this stone wall, as though it's a window. This has happened before.
I'm listening.
I think it's to do with my ability to see traces of ancient magic.
But you said you didn't really understand it, and that you couldn't wield it.
That's true, and I'm still not sure what it all means. What I do know is that my ability allows me to travel through these windows I see.
Wait. We can get straight to the Undercroft from here. Ominous will be flawed.
We can, but perhaps best not to tell anyone else about this for now. Even Ominous.
Understood. Well then, invisible, secret, ancient magic passageway? Here we come. I'm tempted to hold my breath. Why would the door lead us here?
Sebastian, look. Why hide a triptych here?
Seems as if something's missing.
A note. Let's have a look. Revelio.
Zanim notatka, to tutaj coś jest. Aha, menu wyjściowe. A czy ta krypta przypomina trochę tą jedną miejscówkę, o której mieliśmy nie mówić.
Anything helpful in the note?
A rune symbol. I've seen similar symbols used by the keepers.
I've been thinking. A keeper lived in that house centuries ago, and Ranrock and his lot have been searching there. You said that goblins may be wielding some form of this ancient magic. Do you think Anne was cursed by ancient magic?
I can't be sure, of course, but I don't think so. I didn't see any traces of it around your sister.
Very well. But that doesn't mean it's not ancient magic. There's still so much we don't know about it.
True. Perhaps this triptych will lead us to answers.
Then we'll have to unravel what this all means. But now I need to see Ominous. Don't worry, I won't tell him anything. Did I mention that, apparently, Salazar Slytherin had a secret scriptorium here, in Hogwarts?
You did not. Sounds worth looking into. Any idea where in the castle?
No idea. Ominous just learned of it. I'll let you know what I find out. I had no idea our visit to see Anne would unfold into all of this. My head's an utter mess. But I'm glad you told me everything you did. I'll be in touch. Till then.
Revelio.
ruins of Falbottom Castle. After dark. Do not tell anyone.
A więc moje spostrzeżenia były dobre. To była ta krypta, o której mieliśmy nikomu nic nie mówić. Jak już zaczęliśmy wątek z Sebastianem, to zróbmy też misję poboczną.
Anything to do with the dark arts should be avoided. It's too risky.
Anything to do with Salazar Slytherin is worth the risk.
I can't agree. And I'll not say a word more. I'm sorry.
I won't give up.
What were you and Ominous speaking about?
He's being ridiculous. Apparently Salazar Slytherin had a secret scriptorium here in Hogwarts. Ominous swears it was used for the dark arts, so he wants nothing to do with it. I reminded him that Anne needs a cure. This scriptorium could hold the answers we need.
Ominous is right. Meddling in the dark arts is dangerous.
There's more to dark magic than people realize. The Gaunts know this better than most. Perhaps I've spoken out of turn. Ominous's family history is personal to him.
I'd like to know more about it, if you wouldn't mind telling me. I won't repeat it.
Very well. But do keep this between us. Ominous learned dark magic from his parents. Are you familiar with the Cruciatus curse?
What does the Cruciatus curse do?
It's known as the torture curse. Crucio. It inflicts intense, excruciating pain on the victim. Apparently, his parents and older siblings had no qualms about casting it on muggles for sport. Ominous described the sound of the victim's cries as horrific, so the first time he was asked to cast it himself as a child, he couldn't bring himself to do it. As punishment, his family cast it on him. The anguish was so bad that when asked to cast it again, he relented. I have repeatedly assured Ominous that he did what he had to, but he still hasn't forgiven himself.
How horrible. Poor Ominous, he was only a child. He shouldn't blame himself.
After that incident, the rift between Ominous and his family only grew. That is until I came along. Every moment he isn't at Hogwarts, he's with us in Feldcroft. Ominous trusts me. And more often than not, he winds up listening to me. I'll remind him of that when I follow up about the scriptorium. Watch for my owl. I'll have news soon enough. I'll make Ominous understand. He'll change his mind.
Czyżby Seba chce nas nauczyć Cruciatusa? Rozmawiajmy z Goblinem w misji pobocznej.
Hello, is something the matter?
Most decidedly, yes. My precious mooncalf Biscuit was abducted by poachers up north. Oh, the vicious brutes. I tried to fight back, but I was no match for them.
I'm sorry about your mooncalf, Mr.
Garnuff. Just Garnuff. I'm only one goblin. Not a particularly brave one at that. I have no chance against a pack of bloodthirsty poachers. Oh, my poor Biscuit. I can only hope she's able to escape.
Why do you suppose the poachers took Biscuit?
I have no idea. Mooncalf dung's highly valuable for fertilizing magical plants. But I cannot imagine poachers care much about gardening. Who knows what they'll do to her? She could be flogged, skinned, gutted and stuffed. I assume. Oh, Biscuit.
A mooncalf is an unusual pet. Why did you choose Biscuit?
She followed me one evening, wouldn't leave my side. Never thought I was one for a pet of any kind. But now I can't imagine life without her. Mooncalves are often thought of as silly, simple-minded creatures. But I've seen great depth of character in Biscuit. I wouldn't trade her for a hippogriff or a hippopotamus, or even a goose that lays golden eggs.
I'll keep an eye out for your mooncalf, Garnuff.
How kind. If only all of Wizardkind was as gracious to goblins. If you do see her and can bring her safely home to me, I promise to reward you for your efforts. Do keep an eye out for her, and be careful out there. Poachers are an unscrupulous lot.
I should try and rescue Garnoff's mooncalf. Sounds as if I'd need to head north to find those poachers.
Who's there? Think it's up,
Woman, isn't it? Fixated on burning.
Ringo! You're the one. Stupid man.
Incendio! They say you'll need to be quicker than that. You might
Is that all?
Incendio!
An attack.
Feel a burning sensation. Production! Full body by caution.
Nice try.
Incendio!
You just special magic again. Cow.
Caprico! Incendio! Let's play Caprico! My best work, I'll admit. Incendio! Protego! Caprico! You will pay for that. Perhaps you ought to... Protego! You're not going to lose.
Jeszcze jeden przeciwnik.
You regret. Careful not to get
One less poacher in the wizarding world.
Trochę było zabawy.
Alohomora. Now then, which one of you is Biscuit?
O kurde. Ciastko, chodź tu.
Do cooperate, won't you? All right, Biscuit. Let's get you back to Garnoff, shall we?
I ciasteczko złapane.
Revelio.
I jeszcze tutaj mamy skrzyneczkę. I oddajmy ciasteczko.
Don't you fret, Biscuit. I shall sort something.
Garnoff, I've rescued Biscuit.
You have? Oh, is she hurt? Was she frightened? Are you all right?
Biscuit is fine, as am I. I was able to rescue her without much incident.
Oh, mercy. Where poachers are concerned, I tend to expect the worst. I cannot wait to get her home. I so miss seeing her dance in the evenings. Such joy.
I'm glad she's safe now. I'm sure she'll be happy to go home.
Oh, that is a great weight off my mind. Oh, my sweet little Biscuit, my wise, noble mooncalf. And here is your reward, of course. Well deserved. As I said before, you have restored my faith in wizard kind. You've restored at least a modicum of my faith in wizard kind. Biscuit and I can't thank you enough.
Ciastko uratowane. A ja jeszcze chcę wejść do karczmy. Może będzie Lodwin.
Albert Lawley's none too pleased. Seems he's been burgled. I shall pretend I never heard the rumours of your involvement.
I mamy misję u naszego handlarza tutaj.
Pardon me, sir.
Come to stare at the fool, have you? There's poor Ig Haggerty, robbed by his own sister. She's robbed almost everyone now. So, who's the fool?
I'm not sure I know what you're talking about.
Then you're the only one who doesn't know about Catherine running off with that thief, Victor Rookwood and his lot. Good riddance, I said. Never thought she'd return to steal from me, us, but I just know it was her. I want her caught and sent to Azkaban for stealing a prize family heirloom, sister or no.
What exactly was the family heirloom that the thief stole?
A necklace belonged to the first of the Haggerty women, hundreds of years old. So much history. She'll likely pawn it.
Why would Catherine come back to rob the hamlet if she'd already left?
Do I look like a criminal to you? How should I know? She always despised this place, resented having to grow up here. Perhaps she did it to spite us.
Are you sure Catherine is the culprit? It could be anyone.
Thanks to that Rookwood louse, we're inundated with all manner of criminal. I wanted to believe it was any one of them, except Catherine. But she was the only one who knew where the heirloom was hidden, and she knew precisely which homes to rob.
I could keep an eye out for the thief, sir.
You? Nothing to be done by the likes of us. This is a job for the fine officer Singer, or some such authority. Besides, the thief, my sister, only strikes at night. Coward. Long past your bedtime.
O, jeszcze dużo nas nie wiesz.
What do you have for sale?
I'd keep an eye on your belongings if I were you. Catherine will steal the eyebrows off.
I ought to look into this thievery business for Mr. Haggerty once night falls.
Glad you were able to stop by.
Now that it's night, I ought to look into this thievery business for Mr. Haggerty. A pile of gold. I must be on the right track. It looks as if the thief took more than they could carry.
Póki co tak skradankowo zagram.
More gold. I must be getting closer.
O, mamy cały obóz do pokonania.
What was that? shall avenge your death. You won't defeat us all! You've been paying attention? That student defeated our encampment in the tower.
Leviosa!
Well, this doesn't hurt. What's the point of this exactly? Oh.
Ranrock has fooled you all. To your demise. Revelio.
Okej, niestety się nie udało mi tak zrobić tego zadania, wyzwania. Ale coś tutaj mamy zdobyte fajnego. Daleka ta droga.
Revelio.
A kto to tyle złota zostawia jako złodziej? Bardziej ktoś chce, żeby odnaleziono kogoś.
Revelio.
A, to mnie nie interesuje na ten moment. Tu mamy ścieżkę.
Revelio. The Niffler. It wasn't Catherine Haggerty after all.
Chodź nasz mały złodzieju.
Revelio.
Gdzie on jest? Mam skrzynię.
Looks rather dark in there. Never stopped me before. Revelio.
Okej. Chodź, Niuchaczu, chodź.
That must be the Haggerty family heirloom.
Ale nie chodzisz przed. Chciałem go złapać.
Enjoy suffering, do you?
Revelio.
Jest tutaj.
I wonder how Mr. Haggerty will take this news. His sister wasn't the thief and his heirloom's coming home.
Opowiedzmy całą historię.
Mother's rolling in her grave, she is.
I have some good news, Mr. Haggerty. I unmasked your thief.
Nothing to unmask, was there? We all know that the thief was my sister, Catherine.
Actually, sir, the thief was a niffler.
A what?
You know, small, furry, pilfering. I followed it to its lair.
Catelyn was the only one who knew how to get into our homes, where to find our treasures. But I suppose, mangy little blighter. Well, if you found the niffler's lair, as you say, you must have found my heirloom.
As a matter of fact, I did.
Thank you. You don't know how much this means to me. Catherine's a disappointment for certain, but I never wanted to believe she was behind this. Now, thanks to you, I won't have to. What a strange world we live in. Suppose they can't send a niffler to Azkaban. At least I got my heirloom back.
Najchętniej chyba by wszystkich do Azkabanu wysłał. I mamy naszego złodziejaszka wypuszczonego. A my nakarmimy na koniec odcinka wszystkie nasze żaczki.
Revelio.
Ups. Jeszcze pogłaszczemy i pozbieramy później. Nie! Przestawiło mi. O, mam futerko. Kogoś jeszcze? Piórka jeszcze mamy tutaj do zebrania. Tu pióreczko. Tu wszystko i wszystko. I niuchaczka jeszcze. Posmerać. Jeszcze z ciekawości chcę tutaj wejść i zobaczyć, co tutaj jest. O proszę, skrzyneczka tutaj była. A po grzybki już nie będę szedł. Ale tutaj mnie ciekawi, czy nie będzie skrzyni. A jakby inaczej, skrzyneczka. Mamy przedmioty do zidentyfikowania. Nomos, reparo. I wyposażenie mnie interesuje. Zostawiam ten. Tutaj coś mamy. To pójdzie na sprzedaż. A, bo to do ulepszenia. Confringo. Nie chcę przejść sobie Confringo. I jeszcze tutaj mamy licznik starożytnej magii i zwiększy obrażenia. Myślę, że to będzie dużo lepsze. Teraz to ulepszmy. Co mamy wyposażone? Ropusze, brodawki brakuje nam. Okej. Atrybuty. Znacznie przyspiesza. O, podmienimy sobie. Ale nie podmienimy, bo nie mamy Dirikraka. A na dalsze przygody zapraszam do następnego odcinka.